lately I'm starting to feel like I'm living in a different Connecticut than some of my colleagues. You know, when I walk through the town, you know, where I live in Bethel, I live right downtown, and as I walk through the town, I see empty storefronts. I'm always greeted by people who are very interested in what's happening here in Hartford because they know that if we raise the taxes and we don't stop our spending, that we're going to be in deeper trouble than we're in already. We're at a point where my constituents know that it's difficult to make ends meet, and we're not doing anything to help them out. Now ask yourself in this room, in this chamber, does it really make sense to raise spending? Because that's what the other budget does. The benefit of this amendment is this budget will not raise spending. Now why is that really important? We forget in this room that nothing happens in a vacuum. We've been talking about the next 2 years. We forget what happened the last 2 years. Last 2 years was the other largest tax increase in history. So you take that largest tax increase in history and you put it with this largest tax increase in history, you have close to $5 billion in taxes in 4 years. Now let's talk about, how about rising food prices? How about the other things that the families are dealing with in Connecticut that we don't talk about when we turn around and we want to raise the burden by increasing state spending and increasing state taxes? Today we have a real opportunity to make a change. We talk about tough choices in this chamber. You know, the real tough choice would be doing something different than we've done in the last 20 years. You know, the last 20 years we've had negative job growth in this state because we've not done anything to help businesses come in. We've watched an increase of spending while the population has remained the same. This amendment is our opportunity to do something different. It spends less money. I think it's time that the folks in this chamber and my colleagues have real political courage, and they stand up and reject any budget that increases spending and adopt a sensible alternative as this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.